At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you. Sexy cat.
Yeah. Ray, we out here. It's Young Boss. All we wanna know first round is
sexy can I just pardon my manners? Girl, how you shake it, gotta play a life. It's a Kodak moment, let me go and get my camera. All I wanna know is sexy can I hit it from the front, then I hit it from the back. Know you like it like that. Then we take it to the bed, then we take it to the floor. Then we chill for a second, then we back at it some more. Sexy can I just pardon my manners? Girl, how you shake it, gotta play a life. It's a Kodak moment, let me go and get my camera. All I wanna know is
what up, little mama? It's your boy Youngin. G5 dipping Louis Vuitton luggage. Ayy, gotta love it. Your
welcome
so
in.
fly,
Happy
ladies
Monday.
go
It is Monday, July 29th, and you are locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And if you are listening, oh, it's the 28th. Listen, why am I getting the dates mixed up? I'm ahead. I'm in the future. Or I'm still in the weekend. Congrats if you made it through another weekend. And congrats if you managed to avoid the internet telling your business before you were ready. Because for some, didn't work out that way. I'm Jill Munroe here to translate all the foolishness that took place over the weekend. And it's a lot. You know, receipts, roundups, a couple of side eyes. You know how we get down here. Tonight we are getting into Ray J. You know, over the last few years, Ray J has taken a lot of heat as accusations have been thrown that he is responsible for the death of Whitney Houston, amongst other things. So Ray J recently got together with Cam Newton, and he talked about the allegations and how it makes him feel and what his relationship was like with Whitney. So we're going to get into that. Also, Deion Sanders has shared a major health update. However, as social media does, everybody's focused on a young lady that popped up in his son's vlog of the situation. So we're going to get into Deion, some of his words regarding that health scare. And could Deion be dating a popular actress / influencer? We're going to talk about it. And of course, we're going to get into Boyz II Men. Even legends like Boyz II Men started off being called Corny. And we're going to get into how that label shaped their career. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, let's kick things off with a little celeb romance watch over the weekend. By the way, happy birthday, GloRilla. Shout out to her. TMZ caught her hugged up in Cabo with New Orleans Pelicans forward Brandon Ingram. They were at Balam nightclub in Cabo, and, you know, her crew took over the whole section, and cameras caught them inside boot up. You know, Brandon is very tall. GloRilla is short in stature, so she was stretched up really high to put her arms around Brandon's neck. And they were spotted also leaving the club together. So we could have a little, another boo thing going on, a little athlete-rapper pairing. We've been seeing those a lot lately. Cash Dollars with Zadarius Smith. Obviously, Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. I think that's still going on. Megan and Clay recently made their reveal. And now Glo and Brandon. It's giving rap girls united with the League of Ballers. And I like it. I like a power couple. We've seen R&B and athletes. So now, let's see rappers and athletes. I think it's cute. We'll see what's going on with it and if it lasts. I wonder, though, if the men are going to crash out about this like they did about Megan and Clay. I don't think that they will, but it has to, cause some questions in your mind why Megan draws such ire from people, well, at least her dating life. So we'll see what happens with that. And also, if you've been keeping up with the drama on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Shamia Morton left a heartfelt message on her YouTube channel about this season and what her castmates feel. She joined the Bravo series franchise, really, because Real Housewives of Atlanta is the franchise. There's others, but this is the one. As a full-time cast member on season 16, she was best friends formerly with Portia, but they've fallen out through this journey on the show this season. And, it was a back and forth between her and Angela Oakley, also with Drew Sidora. Angela had a rough season too, but it looks like she's hoping to have a fresh start with the ladies. And she took to her YouTube channel with that apology. You can check it out there. But some fans feel like it's not enough and that this should be her first and last season. So we'll have to see what happens. And lastly, congratulations to New York Yankees pitcher CC Sabathia. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. His career spanned 19 years, and he took part in winning the World Series in 2009 with the Yankees. So want to send a shout out to him. His wife, Amber, is a baseball agent. She started out they've been together since high school, and she's always been a source for him in his career. She ended up being an agent for him and expanding to other players. So shout out to her too. When we come forward, we're going to get into Ray J. We're going to get into Deion and Karrueche and more. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431, and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. I don't think y'all ready for this one. Queen Bee knockout collabo. And if you don't know, now you know.
Working all day, and now it's on. Pull up and don't pay, and the line is long. Girls in the club, you wanna ice, grilling the studs. I wanna thumb. Is it cause I'm a shine? Major ice. I'm talking about blind ya, like Vegas lights. Never on the scene without my team. Cali, sticky green. It's on and poppin'. The DJ's rockin'. Chickens is watching. It's on tonight.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. I don't care what anybody says. Ray J got a few hits. He got some bangers in the cut that, listen, I want to hear Ray J do Wait a Minute. I want to hear him do One Wish. I know it's going to be a little off key, but I still want to hear it. And I think that Sexy Can I, you know? At least those three.
You talking about performance?
Yeah, like, I like to see Ray J turn up and do those three.
Jill.
I don't know if I would go out to a club.
Did you not watch Versus?
I understand.
That was shameful.
It was.
Horrible.
I'm
For
talking,
everybody involved.
Right. I'm not talking about concert tour like that.
You're not?
I'm
Okay.
talking about more like, he just popped up on the TMZ After Dark tour, and it was to the backing track, and he was just kind of turning. That type of thing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Respect.
I'm not talking about like real concert. And it's only 3 songs, so, it has to be with the backing track. Listen. Grab your snacks, get your beverages, because we're getting into these trending topics and headlines. But, of course, before we do, if you want to get in on the conversation, 800-920-1580. Of course, you can hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill. Join the YouTube chat. They've always got conversation going on there. Shout out to them. We love them. Download the app so you can listen to it later at your leisure, or leave us a voice note if you're too scared to call in, or leave your comments on YouTube. We like all of those things. Now, let's get into Ray J. So, he's back in the headlines. When is he out of the headlines? He has a business to promote. He's on Twitch streaming. He has lots of things going on. He started a new agency that we will get into another time. Like, it's smart, but, sometimes when you hear about Ray J doing things, you got to cock your head to the left and take a step back. But I love Ray J. Shout out to Ray J. So he recently popped up on Cam Newton, his Funky Friday podcast, and he responded to the long-standing rumors that have tied him to Whitney Houston's death. He was pretty direct. I wasn't there. And he said he's never done drugs with Whitney. Not once. So, for context, Whitney passed away in 2012 at the Beverly Hills Hilton, the night before Clive Davis's famous Grammy party that is usually held on Saturday nights before the Grammys, which before took place on Sundays traditionally. And the official cause of death was accidental drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use listed as contributing factors. So, let's get into what Ray J had to say and what he reveals, and then we'll chat about it.
I love Whitney. I was with Whitney every day. She was one of the most important people to me. Just saying that I was in the room when she died. Bro, that's the biggest cap I've ever heard. I've heard it since the beginning. But when you know the truth, why do you have to jump out there and try to tell it to everybody? So I didn't care about what people were saying at first. You have to shut certain things down.
Right.
The way they made that scene is so haunting to me. When I got back to the hotel, they did not let me up at first. Until everything was cleared and it was just the family, that's when I was able to go upstairs and see the family. This is you talking like late at night. When I pull up, I got my shoes. I'm ready to go to the event. I just talked to her on the phone. She's not there no more. It's over. And Ray, who is her bodyguard, he found her. CNN says Ray J found her. And then 10 minutes later, oh no, Ray, her bodyguard. That's 10 minutes later, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But so, there's a innocence with jumping to conclusion, and you can kind of see why. Obviously, there's similarities in names, but that was not you.
I was nowhere to be found.
Right.
And I hate talking about it because I got so much love for her. I've never seen her in that state.
Yeah.
They never. So to make me that person when I wasn't even there, and then to put murderer on top of that, but I just solely just got away with it.
Mm-hmm. But I think something that you shared with me that I think is important, right? Especially with this, to give perspective. Did you guys do drugs?
I've never done one drug with Whitney. If Whitney do drugs, I mean, you don't gotta. There's certain things you can ask me, and I'll tell you about me. But you don't gotta ask the other question because you already know. It's Whitney. Everybody knows certain answers. I could tell you about me. I was so f***ed up after that happened. I tried hard drugs for the first time after this happened because I was just I didn't know what was going on, bro. I was totally in awe of it.
Did you ever witness her doing drugs?
Whitney?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about that because then it's I can never put it like this. I'm way younger, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She's in control, bro. She's Whitney. She's a boss.
So there was a lot there. So first, full disclosure, I know Ray J, and I did spend some time with Whitney and Ray J at one point. I went out with them one night. There was no drug use this night, so can't speak on anything to that degree, right? But I have hung out with them together. So I will say, one, I respect him for dodging the question, did he see Whitney using drugs? Ray J is accused of a lot of things. He said a lot of things that are crazy, but he is right, and you can make your assumptions. We have seen and been exposed to certain things about Whitney behind the scenes, but I respect him for, at least in his world, keeping somewhat of her dignity as far as their relationship goes. I do respect that. Some may not, but that is how I feel about that. As far as the rumors, I'm going to be honest, I don't think the rumors were that he directly killed Ray J. The rumors were that he was her dealer. We know his name came up in the Diddy trial as someone that does that. Again, I don't know. I've never seen it, but I cannot personally say that I know it to be true. However, people might know other things and other sides of people, right? But that is as far as I know. But I will say this. I do think that it is sad. We have watched Ray J in various forms crash out through various parts of his life as he's come of age in the shadow of his sister, try different things, some of them successful, very successful at it, more than some people probably even know or recognize. I will say this, Ray J is very shrewd as far as business goes. And sometimes some of those crash outs are not necessarily crash outs. But the way that he takes action in some things can be embarrassing, and it does the job, but at the end of the day, are those really the results you want? Is that, and it might be too late, but is that the type of reputation that you want to uphold? And we know he's mentioned that he is sometimes estranged from his family. And I mean, that's hard. You're living your life publicly out loud. I don't think, much like how we've talked about the things with Jay-Z and Diddy in various forms and fashion, they will never be able to, true or not, wherever you lie, shake those allegations. And not that I'm comparing these three things as equal or the same thing. I am just saying, once certain allegations have been placed upon you, there's really nothing you can do, especially in this social media era. In the past, maybe things could, diminish off of top of mind. They may not be the hottest topic on social media, but rest assured, anything you do, positive or negative, those comments are going to come up in the social media comments forever, like Cardi B said. And so I just think that people should, and he probably won't, but in general, people should really think about that and those type of things. I know we're not supposed to care what others think, and to a degree, it's still that all day. But sometimes there's certain things like, do you have to? I don't know. But I do feel like kudos to him for addressing it head on, even though it may not have been in the way some people would have liked. Andy?
I'm big up Ray J for a little bit. It seems as if the man is like searching for healing or whatnot, talking about the Whitney situation, linking up with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I don't know what came out of that situation. I forgot what the other situation was, but it just seems like, he's trying to heal. Oh, the whole feeling estranged from the family. For a long time, at least for me, I don't know what everybody else used to say, but I used to always wonder how tight he was with Brandy and just everybody else. Because, Brandy is perceived to be, very wholesome, and he's just out there and ratchet, you know what I mean? So I was always curious to know, how he felt. So him even speaking about being estranged from the family, it just seems as if he's finally maturing. He's trying to, find peace within or whatnot. So I'll just commend him just for, addressing a lot of things that I think people had questions about.
I mean, it has been tough. They are very different in a lot of ways, but they are. So again, spoiler alert, Brandy is also a good friend of mine, hence the relationship. Although I think technically I may have met Ray J first, but Brandy and I are good friends, I should say. And I think it's just tough on both ends, growing up in the shadow of your sister being a star at an early age. You both are kind of doing the same thing. Ray J got left to his own devices a lot of time because Sonia was on the road with Brandy, protecting her. But by that same token, there are moments, and they talked about it on their reality show that was on VH1. I think that was maybe 2009-ish, that Brandy felt that Ray J was coddled in a lot of ways, maybe because Sonia was absent at points managing Brandy's career. So, I mean, I think that there are a lot of things there. I do believe that they have probably done some work to get through that, but Ray J has his own things that he has to battle and go through. His divorce is obviously bothering him. He is figuring things out or not over there pursuing the Zeus crowd, so to speak. So it's a lot going on. We have a caller. Eric from Carson is on. Eric, what's going on with you? What are your thoughts on Ray J?
Hey, what's up, Jill?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I like Ray, and we both grew up in Centerview in Carson, so we have that in common. And he's actually the kind of person that I could hang out with. I like his mindset. He is a businessman first, like you said, and first and foremost. And it seems like he'll do just about anything in the name of business, whatever you want to think about that. And we all know that Whitney and Robin had a relationship. We know that. We also know that Whitney was married to Bobby. Everybody know that. And so there's absolutely no benefit in Ray J mentioning his relationship with Whitney, that no matter how significant it might have been, it was insignificant to the public because they didn't have a chance to publicize it if that's what was going to happen. So talking about her 13 years post her death is just unnecessary unless it's to further his own agenda, whatever that is.
I mean, I think he was asked a question that a lot of people have wanted to ask him or wanted him to discuss. He has in some form or fashion in the past, but it is something that comes up quite frequently. And I think it was a revived topic once his name was mentioned in the Diddy trial. So I can't be mad at him for responding to a question that he was asked in an interview. I don't feel like he invokes her name just to get attention. Ray J does a lot for attention, but that is not something I feel like I've seen him do. I could be wrong, but I think it was a no-holds-barred interview, so there you go.
I'll just say, you know better than I, since you actually know the players. I'll just say this from the outside looking in, and I've been around him. I'll just say that if our relationship has not gone public and you are somebody as huge as Whitney Houston is, and now after her death somebody asks me a question, the answer is zip it. Just keep it zipped. She's too huge for you to be discussing her when nobody knew that the two of you were a couple, an item.
Well, I feel you on that. I can't say nobody knew, but we all got to live with our choices, right? And Ray J is addressing it head on. When we come forward, we have more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, hey, girl, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, hey. Wait a minute. Ta-da. Watch out now. It's the little one, and I'm not bad.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Deion Sanders revealed he secretly battled bladder cancer, keeping it from his sons Shador and Shiloh to avoid distracting their NFL dreams.
My sons to this day don't know what transpired. I just told them something with my foot, again, because I wanted them to focus on making the team and not focused on dad.
After treatment and surgery, he's now cancer-free and plans to coach in 2025, thanking his family, doctors, and God. Singer Ciara recently received official citizenship from the West African nation of Benin. The ceremony, attended by government officials, was part of her visit to explore the country's cultural history and her ancestral roots. And former Georgia Deputy Ryan Beagle was sentenced to 16 months in federal prison for using excessive force against Jarrett Hobbs, a black man beaten in a jail cell. 2 other deputies also face charges. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Good news in the North Hollywood area. This wreck on the 170 southbound before Riverside Drive, it has wrapped up. All lanes are open. Traffic's picking up away from Oxnard Street. It's a new crash in Downey on the 5 southbound before the 605. Second lane from the left blocked. That drive is slowing down out of East LA from Calzona. And let's also check out the drive in Mid-City. It's a stall. 10 eastbound before Robertson. The right lane is blocked. Delays are backing up, getting away from just about Cloverfield.
Escape to poolside paradise at MGM Resorts in Las Vegas. Sip on a refreshing cocktail. Lounge in a luxury cabana. Earn on nonstop fun with MGM Rewards. Book a sizzling summer escape today. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Is this the title? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
University of Colorado football coach Deion Sanders confirmed Monday morning that he had been treated the past 3 months for bladder cancer. The 57-year-old Sanders had surgery and made to remove his bladder. Doctors treating Sanders said the surgery was successful and that he is now cancer-free. Deion spoke about his condition at a press conference. Today was the first time any information had been revealed about Deion's health. Since May, University of Colorado officials would only say that Deion was away from the team for an undisclosed medical condition. Deion told reporters that he was grateful to get an early diagnosis, which helped his recovery. Deion said he lost 25 pounds, but still intends to coach the team this season. Deion is preparing for his third season at Colorado. Last year, Colorado was 9-4, their best season since a 10-4 finish in 2016. We wish Deion well. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. Privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Soulja Boy, tell him, hop up out the bed, turn my sweat on, took a look in the mirror, said, what's up, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money, oh, hop up out the bed, turn my swag on, took a look in the mirror, said, what's up, what's up? Yeah. Swag on. Yeah, my time to turn it up. Yeah.
Welcome back in. You're tapped in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. We got to say happy birthday to the king of YouTube. Where all y'all got your swag from. Bow, 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 bow. Happy birthday, Soulja Boy. Shout out to him. I mean, he really is a young innovator, or he was, I should say. You know, he got on YouTube and Superman that, oh, right into history. And made a lot of money, blew a lot of money too. But that's the game sometimes. The game is the game. Listen, we are now talking Coach Prime. So one, Deion Sanders is back with a testimony, right? And possibly a new boo, but we'll get to that. So during a press conference today, Deion revealed that he recently had his bladder removed due to an aggressive form of bladder cancer. The good news, he's cured. He had the bladder completely removed. It was replaced with a rebuilt bladder made from his intestine. And he said the surgery was a success. He's cancer-free and plans to continue coaching this season. He said he just might need an outhouse on the field in case a little porta potty, not an outhouse, porta potty, in case he had to run to it, take care of business really quickly. This was back in May when he had the surgery. He revealed that he didn't tell his sons because they were focused on the NFL draft and he didn't want to worry them or distract them. He said that it was something else pertaining to his foot. Now, here is the thing that I want you to keep your eye on. Since 2021, per Deion's social media, he's had 14 surgeries of various forms, including the removal of 2 toes. Okay? So we want Deion to be healthy and to take care of his health. Now, he's heading into the 3rd season with the Colorado Buffaloes. We're going to see what's up, right? But that's not the only headline. So his son, Deion Jr., has a blog that he puts up on YouTube. And he chronicled Deion's journey through this surgery. Oh, by the way, when Deion was asked, because he's talked about having to put together a will based off of what was happening and what was going on. And Deion said that, that was concerning for him, but he never thought about death. He said he knows he's one of God's favorites. He's God's child and that he is not done yet. So this is just an obstacle for his story, basically. That God never said he would not go through things, but that he has him and will pull him through the other side and that he still has more road. So again, in this particular vlog, there was one actress influencer, former ex-girlfriend of Chris Brown, Victor. What is Victor's last name? Used to play for the Giants. Victor Cruz, and a couple others, Quavo for a minute. I'm just putting that out there because I know somebody else will. So I'm beating you to it. That's no shame. I really like Karrueche. She's my Taurus sister. But she was in the video crying, very much upset that Deion was there. She was with him through the surgery. As I mentioned, his sons didn't know. She walked with him up until the moment he entered the room. She was holding his hand. And people are speculating that the two are dating. So added to that, I don't know if you guys saw or recall, but back in February, roundabouts, there were rumors that Karrueche and Deion were a couple. So once again, I say, I don't know why you guys think that there can't be things happening quietly behind the scenes as far as relationships. They only come out if they really, really want them to in most instances. But, tongues are wagging, wondering what's going on. If you're wondering about the age difference, Karrueche is 26. Deion is 56, 57. I believe 57, right? And so, the internet is calling it a soft launch. There's been no official couple announcement. They have not responded to the chatter. But it comes a bit after Deion and Tracy Edmonds broke up. They were engaged together for about 10 years, a decade. And Tracy moved her life a couple of times to accommodate the situation with Deion. She made it clear when they broke up, she was the one that ended it. They said that they are on amazing terms. So, don't know. Karrueche might just being a good friend. Who knew they were friends? But maybe there's something there. Of course, there's the added conversation. People want Deion to get some smoke like some other men have because he's older. Some are saying Karrueche's doing it right. She's elevating to the coach. You know, you guys have lots of things to say. But I do say that, you know, kudos to him. Now, we'll tell you some of the mean stuff that is being said. I mentioned those 14 surgeries, right? Some are speculating that Deion might be looking for a hospice wife. And we've talked about this before. When men get older, you know, they're usually in poor health. They don't take care, especially single men. It is a known fact that married men live longer, generally because they have a wife that is going to push for them to go to the doctor, you know, take care of those different aspects as far as their health goes and push them to make sure that they are as well. But there is a phenomenon where older men who've been bachelors for a long time get a younger woman so that they don't have to go through these trying times of their later years alone. And some are saying, you know, Deion trades them up when they get a little too long in the tooth, and that Karrueche could be a hospice wife because 14 surgeries in 4 years seems a bit excessive. I don't know. But I am glad that Deion is okay. Looking forward to seeing him back on the sidelines because, you know, we love Deion and we want to see him succeed. We also want to see him cheering on his sons as they make their journey into the NFL this season, and we'll see what comes of it. Okay, let's get into some of these comments because they're buzzing. Truemonger says, so just because she was at the hospital, they got to be a couple. I feel you on that, but it did seem a little intimate. It is a new friendship that people were unaware of, and it just seemed interesting, like a debut, like a soft launch, but we'll see. Daoud Khalik says, soon after they found Whitney's body, Ray J was seen being rushed back out of the hotel by one Raffles MC McGee, using a suit jacket to hide his face towards a waiting limousine. Why? I mean, maybe he was emotional. Someone that he was close with, intimate with, had just passed suddenly. Maybe he didn't want to be photographed crying. I mean, seriously, and again, I understand where you're coming from, but sometimes a thing might just be a thing. Dio also says he was the only one in the room with Whitney. Well, that's not true at all. And he just explained that. And also, that's not what was in the reports. But again, we'll never know. Truemonger says people are messy. Morris Phillips says Tracy wants back in. Why do you say that? And listen, Truemonger also adds, they posted that she was at the hospital and that's it. People are really goofy out here. I mean, they were holding hands. She did hold his hand all the way to the surgery room door. And like I said, they have been spotted together out and about on the low, though, since about February. So we'll see. They perhaps could just be good friends. I mean, Janet and Maxwell cleared that up rather quickly. We'll see what happens with this one. Andy?
It just sucks that a male and a female cannot be out and about without people thinking that they're dating.
That is true.
I mean, man, I could be out here with my sister
with your
or
homie.
my auntie.
Yeah. Well,
you know
when they're two personalities, they know that there's no familial connection.
Okay, well, maybe we
they could be good friends.
Yeah, we were on set together.
Hanging out. It could be whatever.
Come on.
But
it's unfortunate. We'll
have to see. When we come forward, we'll get into more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got right.
Hey, we all got right. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So we've talked about Boyz II Men before, and Boyz II Men versus Jodeci. They both came out around the same time, both with 4 members, both R&B groups, which were really big at the time. We needed a resurgence of that in that moment. Probably need it now. Don't think it's going to happen right now. It's kind of hard. But they hit the scene and the impact was kind of different. Boyz II Men were clean cut. They had the bow ties on. They looked like nice, wholesome young men. We later found out that some of them could be terrorizers, depending upon who you ask. And Jodeci, of course, were the bad boys of R&B. But at least for me, the first time I heard Motown Philly, I was like, oh, this is everything. But not everyone felt that way. So Sean Stockman has a podcast, and recently on it, he talked about when the group first dropped and their breakout hit, Motown Philly, was instantly rejected from one of the major LA stations here at the time. That was like, if you couldn't get on there, especially as an R&B act, what the heck was going on, right? And this particular station said that they were too corny, despite it being an offshoot of the New Edition tree and the beat and all of that. So Sean shared the story about their early beginnings and how one station almost blocked them. Yes, the station's named in the clip.
Like, a lot of people thought that when me and my guys came out that we were embraced, and we weren't. Specifically with a radio station, 92.3 The Beat. They told our label they would never play our music. They thought we were cornballs. They thought we were corny. They didn't.
Do you remember what song you were shopping at the time?
Motown Philly.
No way.
They said that we would never play it. We don't like it, basically. We don't like them. We don't like the way they look. it wasn't, you know, and no hard feelings. It is what it is. They have their opinions on things. Fine. There was a gentleman named Bobby D in DC, this radio station called WPGC. He had one of the biggest radio stations in the East Coast. We come up to his radio station. He fell in love with us, right? He just doesn't cover DC, the whole DMV, some of the East Coast, and further south. He plays Motown Philly. Boom. Everybody had to play it then. The whole Eastern Seaboard, 92.3 wanted that ad revenue. So they had to play our music.
That's the thing.
So Sean said a lot. First up, I can't believe, just based off of image alone, that they didn't want to play the song. The song was a hit. The video was fire. Out the gate. Out of the gate. It was a poppin' song. Like, no exaggeration. Motown, and the way they hit the harmonies and did the, you know, little barbershop scaling, that song was fire. Even the video was fire with their little bow ties and stuff. Just the whole imagery of it. I liked it. Now, as far as women go, I mean, I've said this before. Apparently, I was at least partially wrong. Boyz II Men, I said that, unlike New Edition, Jodeci, even some of the white boy bands, I didn't feel like there was the type of fan base like New Edition has, Candy Girl for life. Like, if you talk to anybody that has been around New Edition when they go on tour, the women are still trying to hang out in the lobby, reliving their youth from the 80s and 90s to get it popping, hoping they get a sighting with New Edition, who I think all of them are married, except for Johnny. Maybe Johnny and Ralph aren't married, I don't believe. But they might be in long-term relationships. Point being, they're in their 50s. Child, what is you doing? But the Candy Girls are outside trying to relive that moment. And I said, to me, I don't see across social media girls saying, oh my God, Wanye was my fave. I'm so in love with him. I'm not saying there's no appreciation for their music. I mean, weddings all the time. They were one of the top R&B groups of all times by the numbers. And they had hits. Listen, Boyz II Men got hits. I appreciate Boyz II Men. But I don't feel that they have ever been in the heartthrob conversation like some of these other groups have. Andy's sitting back here. He has so many expressions. He's gone through so many emotions in that short time.
The heartthrob aspect, does that even matter in this situation?
It does. I think the heartthrob aspect gets some groups through. Do you think that B2K, there weren't girls lining up saying, Fizz is my favorite? This one is my favorite, that didn't hit a vocal note.
Yeah, but B2K, you can't even compare them to a Boyz II Men. No disrespect.
I know that, but I'm just saying with boy groups in general, right? Was Michael Jackson not the most sought after in the Jackson 5? Was El DeBarge and James DeBarge not the heartthrobs in DeBarge? There's always a heartthrob.
So you think that was detrimental to them to a degree?
I wouldn't, obviously not detrimental, right? But I think that it's a different sort of attachment. Again, not saying they didn't. Obviously, they had female fans. Obviously, they had women that were chasing them. I just think that it's different. I think that when women, fans, young girls, I'll say teenagers, were, having their fantasies about these dates and things, generally speaking, they're looking for a bad boy like in Jodeci or something. Like, I think with Boyz II Men, the conventional thought process is, oh, you're going to get a nice dinner. They're going to serenade you, that they're sweethearts, not, soul-crushing men, as we've heard they're rumored to be behind the scenes.
So that's probably what leads to their quote-unquote corniness.
A little bit. I mean, I just think that they had a very different swag, charisma, riz, whatever you want to call it, right? I think that the way that they presented was a little different. We have the
Clean
typical
cut.
archetypes. Yeah, the clean cut boy next door, just like there's girl next doors. And then there's the bad boy or the wild one for the women.
I hear you. But 92.3 The Beat, so disappointed. Whoever the PD was at that time, you was tripping. And considering the type of music that came out of that station, like for real, y'all was like, we ain't trying to play that?
Right.
I'm very, very, very shocked about that.
I mean, based off image, like not the music, just image. Because the song, like, how can you listen to that song and say, nah, pass? I don't see it, but they were wrong. The chat is going in. Royal Jenkins says that song was off the chain, Motown Philly. He also says Boyz II Men was like the Temptations in the 90s. Well, I think the difference, though, is that the Temptations had a heartthrob, a little ruffian in David Ruffin. So I don't know. Pretty Brown Mimi says Wanye was that dude, but Michael, the bass, he was my favorite.
That's the person I was about to ask about.
Probably
I
he
feel
would
like
be
the
the
ladies were
heartthrob.
on him.
Yeah, because he was tall, he had the deep voice. And yeah, Truemonger says all Jodeci did was beg. And that's all we needed them to do. Listen, that is our time. Thank you for locking in each and every Monday through Friday for your entertainment news update with Jill Munroe here on KBLA Talk 1580. Coming up, of course, about to hit you in the head, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Long overdue, but now I'm feeling slamming. Boyz II Men, ABC, BBD, the East Coast family, never skip the beat.